Hey guys, here is the tutorial for today, which is layering HTV. So you can see that I have got my HTV already cut out and weeded. I've got red, white, and blue because I took this opportunity making myself a shirt for next week. And then I also have some glitter HTV. I also cut out an offset template of the design on freezer paper. And so what you missed so far, because I found out that my video recorder wasn't recording me talking, so I'd already done this part, but I took my shirt and I folded it in half. You can still kind of see the crease line, and I pressed it. And then I took my freezer paper and folded it in half, and then I lined up the halves, and then I pressed it on. So you'll notice this is just an outline of my whole design. And what I do is I'm going to take my HTV and I'm going to place it in its corresponding spot. And so then I know that my whole design will be lined up. Now, obviously, this step is not mandatory, but this is the easiest way that I have found so far to line up my different layers. Used to, what I would do is make a registration registration marks in my design, and then I would put freezer paper on the shirt where those where the registration marks were located, so that way I could go ahead and iron it down and then just peel the registration mark back up. I have a silent video that I made on that because back then I didn't really like recording my voice and usually was doing something else. So I can post that in the comments here when I finish this. So that'll at least be two different ways that you can line up your designs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start with one of my colors. So I'm going to grab, just because it's handy right here. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, so excuse the out of focus and everything else. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. So once you have your first color laid into its place, then you take your parchment paper or Teflon sheets, cover it, and then you only press it for like 1 or 2 seconds. I'm using Sizer Easy Weed, and it has like a 1 or 2 second tack. That way you can layer it without burning the vinyl as you put more layers and more colors. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my design and press it real quick. All right, so Sizer Easy Weed is, you can peel it when it's hot. So I just did my 2 second tack, and now I'm just going around and I'm removing the vinyl. I mean, not the vinyl, the carrier sheet. Go slow, that way you can make sure that the tacked it down like it was supposed to. I will say, because I forgot I had said this earlier in the first part of the video that didn't record my voice, that by putting down the freezer paper, it also doubles as warming up your surface, because you always want to preheat your surface whenever you are going to be putting HTV down. So even if it's just for, a couple of seconds, you want to warm up, your shirt or your material that you're putting it on, and that helps everything stick better also. So there's my first layer. So now I'm going to grab one of my other colors and I'm going to go ahead and load it on. So I'm going to pause you again, sorry. All right, so I just laid down my second color, the white. So it's laid in here. I'm going to grab my parchment paper because that's what I use. And again, I'm just going to put it down for just a second or a couple seconds. And I'm not actually closing my press all the way because I'm just doing it for a second. And it looks like I need just another second on this one. Okay. Bear with me here, trying to hold it and peel at the same time. Something else I will mention is that you want to make sure that you always cover up any previous colors that you've already put down, because if any of that other color is exposed, not covered with the carrier sheet or the Teflon sheet or something, then it's coming into direct contact with the heat surface and it can melt it also. So I'm going to go ahead and finish peeling this up. And then there is my second layer, second color. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my third color, which will be the red. So hold on just a second. Okay, I took just a minute and I went ahead and got the red and the glitter put down real quick. And so now I'm ready to actually press the whole design for, probably about 10 seconds. And then I can take my freezer paper off and the shirt will be done. So again, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to press it. Hold on, I need to put the phone down, hold on. Okay, sorry. So I'm pressing it for about 10 seconds and then I'm going to check it out. So what you want to look for is you want to see if you can see the grain of the fabric poking through. You can kind of see here, bad lighting maybe, but right here. So you just want to make sure that you can see that everywhere. That's how you know that you've got a good press. And if you can't, well then, you can always go for just a couple seconds. But you don't want to burn your HTV, which it's really easy to do, especially with the white. Don't ask me how I know. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. And but that's all there is to it. If you can make yourself, an offset of your outline of your design in Inkscape, then it really makes it easy to do your different layers, have everything lined right up. I'm sure, as you know, there's a million different ways that you can layer your HTV. So if you have a way that really works well for you, please feel free to take a video and post it for us, because this is not the only way and probably not the best way. It's just the best way that I've come up with. So hope you guys have a great evening. Haha, I'm back. I bet you didn't know I was going to be back. In case you wanted to see how the freezer paper comes off, doing it one-handed is not the best, but it just comes right off. It doesn't leave any residue or anything on your shirt, which is what I love about it. That's why I like to use it as a template for when I'm painting, or just like this, as a stencil for my HTV. Because it irons down as long as you put the waxy side, which is that shiny side, that goes down against the fabric, and it will work as a temporary hold for it. And then you can, sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand here. Then you can, whenever it's done. So, all right, get back to crafting, guys. Have a great week.